Now we're going to be attaching what I lovingly refer to as helmet hair to our figure. This hair doesn't move, it doesn't flex, it's as stiff as a helmet. That's why I call it helmet hair. So that's what we're going to be doing. It would be the same process if you actually did want to attach a helmet or a hat or something like that. So here's our hair. We've already adjusted the materials. Unreal Engine attaches things to the skeletal mesh by way of something that's called a socket. So open up the skeletal mesh, go to the skeleton, and what we're looking for is the head. And we'll right-click, add a socket. Perfect. Let's go ahead and save, and then close those out. Now open up your third person, go to viewport, and you can see our character here in the Components tab. So let's select it because we want the hair to actually be a child. So by selecting the figure now, we're making it the parent. Now, Unreal Engine links files super easily. All we really have to do is just click on the hair and just say, yep, this is kind of what I want to bring over. And then you come back and you go to the components, add, and then there's your hair right there. Okay? It's sitting there waiting to be used. Select the hair and then come over to the parent socket and select the head socket. Now at this point, the hair kind of jumps way up in the air, and that does suck, but we'll work our way through that, okay? Select the mesh. It's in a idle animation and might make it difficult to position the hair. So let's go ahead and come over here. I've selected the mesh and come over to pause anims and then just click that. Come back down to the hair and let's rotate it 90. Come on. There we go. And now bring it on down. And then you get to play this game. It's a fun game. Everybody wants to play. I think we'll bring it back one more. And then we need to position it up and down. Oops. That was the whole figure. Don't want to do that. And then sometimes this is easier to get this by just going straight over here and typing in your value like that. Okay. All right, let's do a compile and do a save. Let's select our mesh one more time and unpause the animation. And now, if we go into our game mode, we should be rocking and rolling here. And we are. Okay, that's great. So that's how you attach helmet hair. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the process of creating a metahuman. You're going to come up here to quickly add to project, open up the Quixel bridge, come down here to metahumans, and then select whatever preset character you think you want to go ahead and start with. And then you're going to click on this button here, Start Metahuman Creator. Yes, you want to launch the latest MetaHuman Creator. All right, so what you'll want to do is press on Create. And then go ahead and select a figure. Seems like you just got done doing that, right? All right, and then you'll want to come down here and press Create Selected. All right, and then you're brought to the MetaHuman page where you can make all your adjustments. Right mouse button will rotate your figure, and middle mouse kind of zooms it around. So let's start with the face first, I guess. Blend. What you can do is select various other faces, and they don't have to be the same sex, to maybe create a different look. And so what's going to happen is you're going to see all these little dots over here, and that means that when you press on that particular item, like the nose, for instance, we're created with this little graphic that looks just like this. And so what that means is when I'm in the center, I'm at my default character. When I come up, I'm at this character for whatever body part we've selected, or in the middle, I'm between these two guys. And so you can kind of see the nose take effect here as I move in to these other characters. You can see the difference when you come here to default in the middle. So that's kind of cool. And you can do that for all over the face. You do have sculpting abilities, so they're not super, refined or anything, but you can just select something and push it in or pull it out. Control Z will get you back to square one. Make sure that you have symmetry on when you're doing this, or if you don't want it, turn it off. And then move. That's just a different way of your being able to kind of move stuff on your character. You can go ahead and adjust the skin tone, eye color, teeth, makeup. Now let's get to the hair. So the cool thing about this is this hair is MetaHuman hair. And that's always a plus, okay? So go ahead and just select whatever hair you want. It's going to be same for the eyebrows. Now, you want to make sure that you are selecting something. And make sure that something is selected in here. You can see that this is selected, so it changes that. But just as you're going through these, make sure that actually one of these items is selected for you. Okay, and then the body proportions. So yeah, I typically stay with the regular one. You can do kind of a thinner or a more bigger proportion. For clothes, I'm typically just going all a nude. And then shoes, it doesn't really matter. You're typically not going to see them or use them. And you can change the colors and everything right here. Okay, and then once you think you have everything that you want on your figure and you've adjusted it, what you're going to do is change the name if you want, but once you're done adjusting your character, you're going to come over and click My MetaHumans. All right, so once you've brought to this page, you're basically done. You can come back and re-edit, but at this point, you're done with this particular part of it. So if we minimize that and we're brought back to our original Quixel page from inside of Unreal, if you click on My MetaHumans, you can see there's your new character. All right. And what you're going to have to do is go ahead and download this character at this point. So go ahead and select your quality level and then press download. All right, and then once you're done downloading, all you're going to do is click add, and then this character will be added to your Unreal project, or whatever character that you have selected, okay? Know that it's going to come in two pieces. You're going to have a head, and a little bit of the shoulders will be one half of it, and then the bottom half of the figure, or the arms and the feet, are going to be the other half. So it will come in two pieces, and you'll see that inside of Unreal. All right, and so with your MetaHuman already created, go ahead and click on it, and then just click Add. It'll take a little bit for it to load in. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and enable any missing plugins. And then you'll need to restart now. Right, and then in your Unreal Engine project, you should have a new folder now called MetaHumans. Now, you're going to find some hair in there. Depending on what figure you downloaded from the MetaHuman content, this particular hair is actually under male hair, okay? And there you go. That's what groom hair looks like. Right, so let's move on to the next step of attaching the hair to our figure. Okay, so let's open up our third person blueprint, go to viewport, select the hair, and let's delete that. Now go ahead and select the mesh again. And this time let's go on down, find your hair, just select it, and then add it to your skeletal mesh. You're going to type in groom, and there's your groom hair. Now, since you still have the groom hair selected down in here, what you're going to do is come over here to groom, and this little arrow, use selected asset from content browser. That's this. So just click that arrow. And then you're going to want to use the parent socket of head socket. Okay, and then it shoots up 50 feet in the air again. So let's go ahead and select the mesh, pause the animation, and then let's position the hair. Let's rotate this thing 90. And let's bring it down to the figure. And let's scale it up a little bit. Now, groom hair is very responsive to whatever it touches, okay? So, just need to be aware of that. And let's go ahead and unpause the animation. And let's see what we got. Right? Now that is the reason why you like groom hair. That's the bomb right there. Okay, now you can play with the hair and adjust it a bit. Okay, so what you'll want to do is make sure that you're using groom rods. You can open up the bend constraint and the stretch constraint. And what you can do is come down to the external curve and do a default size by scale difference. You can also play with the bend stiffness. And maybe a 0.03 drag. Your sub steps will make a difference as well. So let's just leave it at that, and let's give it another shot. Still seems to be kind of flying around a little bit. Let's bring our sub steps down. Let's see what that does. There we go. That seems to have calmed it down there a little bit. So just bringing our iteration count and sub steps to 7 seems to have kind of solved that little craziness going on. All right. And this is why you like groom hair right here. It's just awesome. As I mentioned before, when you zoom out, your hair is changing, and then that's called a level of detail. If we open up the hair, we can actually see the level of details right here. So 0 is what you see right here, and then we just have 1, 2, 3, not sure how many there are total, 7. So if you don't mind it, you can just leave it. Otherwise, if you want it to always be 0, what you can do is come over here to the Components tab and click Add and type in LOD and select Sync. And then you can select this forced LOD to be 0. And then what you'll need to do is add a component. Okay, and that component is going to be your groom hair. So whatever you've named your groom hair, just type that in there, compile, and then no matter how far or how away you get, you're looking at the finest level of detail.